These animals might not have nipples, but they do sweat milk. Hi, my name is Jeff LaFortune, and thank you for watching. Now, when it comes to the platypus, they are very weird animals. A few facts that aren't very strange is that they only live in eastern Australia and nearby Tasmania. And they are relatively small, measuring up to about 1.5 feet in length and weighing around 3 pounds. Now believe me when I say we have a lot of bizarre facts to cover today. But before we get into all the nitty gritty, go ahead and hit all the buttons. Subscribe, like, and the bell so you don't miss out on all the future animal goodness. Please and thank you. Now let's jump into the platypus. Number 1, eggs. The platypus is one of the only living species of mammal that lays eggs.
Wait, for real?
For real.
That's right. It's a mammal that lays eggs.
Impressive. Most impressive.
A female typically lays only 1 to 3 eggs at a time. She holds her eggs close to her stomach with her large tail to keep them warm. When the baby platypus hatches, they are much smaller than their mother. The adorable tiny babies are only as big as a lima bean.
So tiny.
Platypus babies are completely helpless and must depend on their mother for several months until they can safely swim on their own. Number 2, no nipples. Now, like we said in the cold open, even though they're mammals, platypuses don't have nipples. They still produce and secrete milk from mammary glands like other mammals, just without the nipples. Instead, female platypuses secrete milk from the surface of their skin.
Am I sweating milk? Being a platypus is so gross.
Platypus babies suck the milk directly from their mother's skin or from her fur.
Got milk?
Number 3, no stomach. Now, most animals have a stomach to break down the food they eat to make it easier to digest. The platypus, however, eats food that breaks down easily enough on its own, so it doesn't really need a stomach for complex digestion. The only problem with not having a stomach is that a platypus doesn't have anywhere to store food, so it eats all day long.
Yes! Eat time!
A platypus must consume nearly 30% of its own body weight and often eats for 12 hours a day.
Can anyone here cook lots of food?
Number 4, no teeth. Platypuses are carnivores that eat crunchy things like shellfish and freshwater crustaceans, as well as worms and larvae. However, they have tough pads in their bills made of keratin that they use to grind up their food.
Grind.
Platypuses scoop up food from the bottom of rivers and streams, along with bits of gravel and mud. They store all of this in their cheek pouches, where the gravel and the keratinized pads help to mash it up into a gritty paste. Number 5, no sight. The platypus is a semi-marine animal, which means it spends nearly half of its life swimming and hunting in freshwater rivers, streams, and lakes. But when a platypus does go completely underwater, it closes not only its eyes, but its mouth, its nose, and even its ears. So how does a platypus navigate, you ask? That is where the platypus's unusual bill comes in. Many people call this animal the duck-billed platypus because it has a bill that looks like a duck. But the bill of a platypus is nothing like the bill of a duck. Instead, the platypus's bill is rubbery and covered in skin, almost like soft leather. A platypus's bill has electroreceptors similar to a shark's.
Run.
These electroreceptors allow the platypus to detect the electrical pulses that animals produce in the water. In other words, the unique bill helps the platypus to see using electrolocation while underwater. Number 6, venom. A lot of people don't know this, but the platypus has venomous spurs on the back of its legs. And it is one of the very few venomous mammals left on the earth. Both male and female platypuses are born with spurs, but the females tend to lose theirs by the time they are a year old. while the males get to keep those fun little weapons. A platypus's venom is powerful enough to paralyze and kill animals up to the size of a dog. Fortunately, it is not deadly to humans. However, being stung by a platypus is extremely painful. An honored and decorated Australian Army veteran named Keith Payne, well, isn't that an ironic name for this situation, was stung by a platypus in 1991. Keith Payne explained that the pain lasted for over a month, and that it hurt even worse than being hit with shrapnel. Now, for those of you who don't know, shrapnel are the tiny pieces of a grenade that are launched at you when the grenade explodes. Not easy to dodge.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
Number 7, glow. Just when you thought the platypus couldn't get any stranger, it turns out that this amazing animal glows in the dark. In 2020, scientists discovered that a platypus's fur is biofluorescent. This means that when you shine an ultraviolet or black light on a platypus, its fur glows a bluish green color. Looks like Dan Povenmire knew what he was doing when he created one of my favorite characters, Barry the Platypus. There you go. Did I not say the platypus was bizarre? Still very cute though. So are there any facts that we left out, or is there another animal that is stranger than the platypus? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this episode, hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to share this show with your family and friends. And as always, thank you for watching. How do you pronounce Povenmire? I'm gonna Google that really quick. Okay, someone actually has it on here as his full name. And we have a commercial. Yeah, filling it. Go.
Dan Povenmire.
Hey, I got it right the first time. Dan Povenmire got your name right on the first try. Sweet. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again.